Hello everyone, Steve Bontell with Insurasales, and we're live here at Insurasales' booth at 8% Nation. That's in Dallas, Texas, and that is Cody Askin's show. And Cody, thanks for a wonderful show. I'm here with Raza Begg, and Raza, I'm looking around and I'm seeing so many people here. Tell us why you've decided to come here. Tell us your experience with Cody and 8% Nation.
Oh, I think what Cody's doing is really disrupting the industry, and bringing all the different agency owners, IMOs, FMOs, all under one umbrella, which is really unique because in the traditional industry, the agent only gets a chance to go to their only IMO's conference, and they are like in a bubble. They don't know what's happening in the industry. I think it's a great opportunity to open your mind, and also creates competition. So everybody has to up their game, right?
Right. You mentioned to me off camera that you had a chance to really spend time with Cody on a podcast and really engage with him. What do you think Cody really is doing to the industry, besides disrupting, but maybe helping the industry see itself as being even bigger and better than it is today?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was an amazing experience being invited to speak on his podcast, and it was very refreshing to see his ideas and the direction he wants to go and grow in. And yeah, I mean, it's giving an opportunity, it's teaching agents different methodologies that, agents kind of feel left out or not have enough support and training, and he's kind of providing it for free, a lot of them online. And it was an amazing experience. And I do cherish that moment.
Folks, Raza, I'm listening to Raza and I get inspired every time we see him, and I'm also wanting to keep looking at that big ring that keeps coming across and almost hitting me. Raza has the opportunity to wear that because he's the first six-figure earner of Xperia Financial Group out of Canada. Tell us a little bit about Xperia and what you've been able to accomplish with your career with them.
Yeah, I mean, Xperia Financial Group was a fresher breath air for me, being in the industry for 15 years. I saw a company that's kind of trying to expand into the US, and at that time when COVID was happening, it was kind of hard. And then I kind of met them during that time, and it's unique. It's a unique proposition they have. The owners actually have equity shares on the table for builders. You also have, which is very unique, a legacy ownership. In other words, if I die and I build a business of 500 agents, I die, my wife dies, that agency stays with my kids and my grandkids.
Very nice.
Which is very unique, doesn't exist. And so I actually took a plunge and I say, I'm digging my flag, and this is where I'm going to build my legacy.
That's awesome. You talked also a little bit, Raza, off camera about 150 advisors who are doing wonderful work, but they're also doing it without having to go out and buy a lot of leads and going down that direction.
Yeah.
Help us understand, if you can, without giving away trade secrets, but just kind of maybe how the Xperia model really is special.
So, I come from the traditional buy some leads, get on the drip, right, and just make 200 calls a day. And I came from that, and I saw Xperia's model, and I asked the CEO, I said, hey, what kind of leads do you use in Canada? And he's like, what's a lead? And I'm like, well, clients. He's like, no, man, we don't have any leads in Canada. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, you built a, close to $80, $90 million company, like no leads? He's like, no, man. And he said, let me ask you one thing. How did you I used to have a dance studio. By the way, my previous career was I was a ballroom dance competitor for the U.S. team. I trained Emmitt Smith for Dancing with the Stars.
Did you?
When he was competing, yeah.
Nice.
So he said, "What do how do you get clients for your dance studio?" I'm like, "What kind of leads do you have?" I'm like, "I don't. I advertise, market, Yellow Pages, Craigslist, whatever it takes, right?" He's like, "Exactly. That's how you have to build your business. That's how we built it in Canada." I'm like, "Wow." So that kind of gave me a completely, basically slapped me right on the face. I really had an awakening moment, like, hey, that's how each agent should be building their business, is their community needs to know what they do.
That's right.
Right? And if the village doctor doesn't tell the village they're doctors, if somebody breaks a leg, they don't know where to take them.
Yep, that's true. So, Raza, you've been doing this now 15 years. Here at 8%, we've seen a lot of really talented people.
Oh, amazing.
That have 7, 8 figure income earners, people that are really terrific at what they do.
Yeah.
But there's also a fair share of brand new agents to the industry that are just trying to figure out where they go. Do they turn right? Do they turn left? As you sit here, 15 years, you have a lovely wife, you work together as a team.
Yeah.
Help me understand what you would share with a brand new agent who's really thinking about, like, this is the industry that I want. Maybe tell them, being somebody that has performed at a very high level in dance over your whole life, and you know how hard you've worked to do that. What do they have to do to be really successful in this business?
I think the number one thing is they have to get involved with their local community and network. You know, like 99% of the agents, when they start, I hear the same thing. Oh, I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody. How do I get clients? I'm like, you know, you don't know anybody because you're a secret agent right now. Right? A secret agent is a secret agent. Nobody knows you. So I said, get out there, get involved with the community. You know, go to like 3 or 4 community chamber lunches, your BNI lunches. Let them know what you do. If you don't tell them, nobody knows you exist. Get on YouTube, get on TikTok, start marketing and branding yourself. And that's the first step. That makes you a leader. It makes you a thought leader in the long term. People will get attracted because they can see who you are and share your real self with the people.
Right. You shared a little bit with me also off camera about your expertise in understanding retirement solutions and understanding indexed annuities and indexed universal life policies. And while those are products, you really understand that. Help our viewers maybe who are going to kind of go through here and say, you know, I was thinking I wanted to get into the business of planning retirement solutions for clients, or I wanted to be in the maybe the over 65 market. But for the folks that maybe kind of thinking they want to be in life and annuities, help them understand why that's a great place to be.
You know, anytime you're selling a product or service, you need to know your client's avatar. You need to know what your client looks like, right? You need to know what your client is going through. What are their problems? What are the pains that they have, right? If you understand where the problems are and you can identify your avatar, then you know what product fits for them, right? But if you do, you can't sell one thing to everybody. So my avatar is a senior that had, let's say, a mechanic shop for their 30 years of their life, lived large, comfortably, 6-figure income. Now they're 65 or 75 and they have a $500 Social Security check. And that's it. You think that person can live on that? Nobody sat down with them and told them, hey, why don't you save $500 or $1,000 extra a month in an instrument that's controlled, managed by a secure, fixed product like a whole life company or an insurance company, and when you stop working, you will have some income tax-free. And by the way, you have long-term critical illness, chronic illness benefits with it. And by the way, you don't have to pay a whole life coverage anymore. It's paid up.
Right.
And now you have a whole life till the day you die.
Right.
That's the mindset. Once you understand what you're selling, once you know who your avatar is, it's easy.
Right. Well, and I think what you do really well too is you understand your clients. And you understand that they're people and they're going to have solutions, and you're a professional. And that's the one thing I try to talk to folks with all around, I have for the last 28 years, is that in our industry, we're no different than attorneys and we're no different than doctors. We have to be certified. We have boards. We are regulated. We can't just wing it.
Exactly.
I mean, we have to understand what we're doing. So when you bring on a licensed professional like Raza and his team, what you're going to get is you're going to get true professionals that truly understand what you have to do. So, you know, many years ago, my father would say, Steve, at some point in your life, you have to trust somebody. Right?
Exactly.
So when you have 15 years experience and you've succeeded at a very high level your whole career, you need to reach out and talk to folks like Raza. And when you do, I think you're going to find out that, you know, what we've said a long time is that your mind opens, your heart opens, and then you start learning things. And when you start learning things, then you start trusting people.
Exactly.
And that's sort of what you've done through your whole career and you're doing in your whole business. Do me a favor, because I'm sitting here kind of excited that I'm talking to you, and I'm at the same time realizing that I probably need to work on my foxtrot. And I'm thinking maybe he can help me. He's going to say, get your hand up here and do that.
Hey, it looks like you got some lessons.
Well, I have a long time ago. It was with my daughter, and it was
Nice.
so much fun. But when the instructor kept saying, you got to close your hand at some point, I said, no, I'd like to have my hand open because I want to fly away like a bird. He goes, you'll never win competitions. But we had a blast, and it was great.
Awesome.
And I will tell you, that's a really cool thing, by the way. If you're trying to do something with your daughter or your wife or husband, go dance. You will have a ton of fun, and it's great exercise.
Oh, yeah.
But guys, for everybody that really wants to meet Raza, talk to Raza, maybe be part of Raza's organization. Raza, if you will, look at the camera, tell folks how they can reach out to you and really learn about not only themselves, but also how they can benefit from being with you.
Definitely. You can definitely reach me with my cell is 214-727-3599. My website is my name, razabegg.com. Also, all my social media profiles are Raza Begg. Can definitely reach me there. But what I focus on with my wife Imrana, who's my core backbone, as you say, and she kind of develops all the training, coaching, and mentors a lot of my team members, is we have developed a platform where we actually teach marketing, branding, drip email campaigns, how to create a webinar strategy, how to create an email campaign strategy, and it's all free if you're part of my team. We teach sales technique. I've developed a very unique IUL sales technique, which is like explaining an IUL to a 4-year-old. Because a lot of time what happens is agents learn from the carrier and they explain to the client like a carrier. And that, it does not work like that, right? So we try to like simplify it as much as possible. So definitely whatever we can do to help, we can.
Guys, it's Raza Begg, and I think, in our industry here at 8%, he's an icon. He's working his way really probably to the top of this industry after 15 years. It's great to have you, Raza. It's great to be in your presence. Thank you so much for what you do for the industry. And guys, if you're trying to build your career, do it one phone call at a time. Make that first one to Raza Begg. One step at a time. Thank you, Raza.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.